Hey guys, what's good? Triple J Boxing punching in for the shift. So yeah, we got a great heavyweight fight coming up. We got Deontay Wilder's return after the Fury trilogy. First, Robert Helenius, the Viking from Finland, and he's actually wearing a Viking shirt in the press conference. That's badass. Like, I love that. And he's got the look to it for sure, the beard, and he's all business. But anyway, both men in the press conference very humble. Wilder talking very philosophical like he always does, even more so after the Fury loss, I feel like. So I've always liked Wilder in the sense that he kind of talks like that. I just didn't like how all the excuses he made after the Fury second loss, that the gloves were loaded, the trainer poisoned him, the ref was against him, the commission was against him, everyone was on it, his suit, the person who made the suit, they made it too heavy on purpose. Like, that kind of got me. That's when I kind of I was like, that's kind of crazy, and that turned me off of Wilder. But he's still one of my favorite heavyweights, if not my favorite. Pretty much him and Fury are my favorite heavyweights. He was my favorite heavyweight until he started talking crazy like that. But still, stylistically in the ring, I would say he's still my favorite heavyweight. Fury, though, definitely lately has been knocking guys out. He's been more aggressive, right? Ever since the Wilder fights, he's been more aggressive. So I like that in Fury, so he's definitely on my list for favorite heavyweights. And then Luis Ortiz, I really like him. But anyway, back to this fight. Deontay's finally returning. He's good for boxing. His style is so exciting. And then Robert Helenius is a very good challenge for him. He's lost a couple fights, though, obviously. Knockout losses, but it's heavyweight, so come on, anyone can get knocked out. He's definitely a very strong contender. It's not going to be an easy fight for Wilder, especially in a comeback fight like this. And they both know each other's styles, so I think that will make it more interesting, because usually when you get two fighters that have sparred each other in the past, or which know each other very well, it's always usually a good fight that I remember. Like, sometimes the trash talking and the fighters it ends up not being a good fight. And hopefully that's not the case with the Caleb Plant versus Anthony Jarrell fight, where it could be just a technical, boring boxing match. I hope it's a bit more than that, because they are trash talking a lot. But this fight could be the opposite. Both guys not trash talking at all, very humble, respectful. But then on fight night, you're just going to get a vicious, entertaining fight. So in that sense, yeah, you don't need trash talking. They do the trash talking with their fists in the ring. So you got Deontay Wilder. He's only lost to one man ever, and that's Tyson Fury, the best heavyweight possibly of all time. He's up there with Lennox Lewis, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, all of them. I know I'm missing a lot of fighters. We all know the Fraziers, even Klitschko, right? But I would say he's among those guys in talent-wise. Maybe not the resume of some of them, but just the talent of this guy and just the size. And he moves like a middleweight. How can you not say that he couldn't beat any of those heavyweights I just mentioned, which he could possibly? I would think Lennox Lewis versus Tyson Fury would be probably a dream matchup that I would want to see personally, because I think Lennox Lewis could possibly be the best heavyweight ever as well, just because he had skills and he was really big. But you can't take anything away from the old fighters, the greats like Muhammad Ali. Even though he was small, he had the heart, right? But I'm saying, if you put Tyson Fury with any of those guys, what do you think the outcome would be, right? I think he would win, possibly against anybody. But yeah, let me know what the dream matchup you would like to see Tyson Fury fight. If he could fight any past fighter, I would say Lennox Lewis. That'd be a very good fight. But back to the fight. Deontay Wilder has only lost to one man. He lost twice, possibly 3 times if you count that draw as a loss. But technically, he's only lost twice. Both of them were knockouts to Tyson Fury. By far the best heavyweight in the world. Some people are arguing Usyk now, but I don't think Usyk maybe has the size to deal with Tyson Fury. Because it's not like Tyson Fury's slow and sluggish for his size. He's fast. And he's got boxing skills. So I just don't know if Usyk can pull that one off. That would be... If Usyk could beat Tyson Fury, he would be one of the best heavyweights ever too, to be honest. If you could unify a division, the cruiserweight, and then unify heavyweight, and you're beating these huge men in this era, you got to give it to Usyk if he could do that. But I don't think he can beat Tyson Fury. I think he's untouchable in this generation, pretty much. Well, not untouchable. Like, Fury did get knocked down and almost out by Wilder, but in the sense that Wilder is the hardest puncher in history, you could say. So really, I don't see anyone else being Fury. I think Wilder was really the only guy that could have beat Fury, in my opinion. But anyway, so Wilder is still ranked really high. I consider him the second best heavyweight in the world still, even after the long layoff. We'll see how he comes back. If he looks bad, then maybe not. But if he looks great and he knocks out Helenius in quick, devastating fashion, doesn't have to be quick, but in devastating fashion, then yeah, I would rank him the second best heavyweight still. But look, his record speaks for itself, guys. 42 wins, 41 KOs. Like, come on now. If it wasn't for Fury coming back up from the grave like The Undertaker, he would have had a knockout there as well. I remember Berman Stavern was the first guy to exit the ring without getting knocked out, I'm pretty sure. But then Wilder had to set that straight, and he fought him again, and he knocked him out in the first round. So that just shows you the type of power this guy's got. And he has a warrior spirit, like he talks about. He's got a lot of good wins on his resume. Luis Ortiz was probably his best win in my opinion, just because I think Luis Ortiz is underrated. I think if he was younger, that would be a huge challenge for anyone. And I think he would have the potential of he would definitely have captured a belt by now if he was younger. I just think he's kind of running out of time, and he is getting older. But I really hope he does get hopefully a belt in the future, but I don't know. When you got Tyson Fury and Usyk, that's going to be very difficult. But yeah, considering his age, Luis Ortiz is a monster. I always thought for the last couple of years that he was better than most guys. I put him in my top 3, to be honest. I had Wilder, Fury, and Ortiz. And I really thought that Ortiz could beat guys like a Joshua, could beat guys like Andy Ruiz. Obviously, he's getting older now, so maybe he doesn't have enough in the tank to beat Andy right now. But I still give him a strong chance at beating Andy. We'll see what happens, though. That fight's coming up next weekend, so that should be good. Was it September 4th? It takes place on the Sunday, Labor Day weekend, so Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz should be a good fight. Definitely action-packed, that one for sure. Yeah, so Wilder, that's his best win, I would say, is the Luis Ortiz. But he beat Dominic Brazil in the first round. Berman Stavern was a decent fighter. He beat him in the first round. Everyone beats Gerald Washington, but still, that's a win. Chris Arreola, he knocked him out. That's a good win. Artur Szpilka, Eric Molina, Malik Scott. All of these are named fighters that people know. Then everyone else is pretty much no name, but he's got a decent resume. He fights who he can, right? Anthony Joshua ran from him. There's nothing you can do about that. And then we got Robert Helenius. Now, I don't know as much about Robert Helenius as I do Wilder, obviously. He's obviously not ranked as highly. He's been knocked out twice. He's lost 3 times. And he lost to Gerald Washington, so that's kind of sketch. I don't remember seeing that fight, though, to be honest. Maybe I did, but it's been a while. Happened in 2019 or 2019. So I forget if I seen that fight or not. It's been a couple years, but that's a bad sign. He did beat Adam Kozlowski, though. That's a good win. And okay, he lost to Dillian White by decision. That was 2017. So really, his best win is probably Adam Kozlowski. That's his best ring, to be honest. And then his other fights, when he stepped it up, he lost. Dillian White, Gerald Washington. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what he has. His last fight was his biggest victory. So maybe he'll show something here. But he's age 38. He's a heavyweight, though, so it doesn't matter as much, I guess, as like a lighter division. But it's good to know that his best victory was his last fight, and it was by knockout. So that's going into this, he's going to be feeling good. And that happened in the end of 2021. So, and Wilder last fight was end of 2021 as well. So they're both been inactive for the same around the same amount of time. But one guy got a knockout victory, the other guy got a knockout loss, and we don't know how much that Fury trilogy has taken out of Wilder now. We'll find out, but we don't know right now. But I do feel like Wilder will knock out Helenius from what I've seen, if he comes back the same. But if he doesn't come back the same, it could spell trouble, and it could be the end of Wilder, and he'll get knocked out. This is heavyweight boxing, so anything can happen with one punch. And Robert Helenius is no exception, right? He lands one on Wilder, that could be it. So, yeah, let me know, guys. Who do you think is going to win this fight? Robert Helenius' knockout percentage is actually kind of low for heavyweight. I haven't seen him fight that much, though, so I kind of forget his style of fighting. But sometimes you can't always go by that. It is heavyweight, and like I said, sometimes it's just the style that they fight in. Like Fury wasn't a knockout puncher, really, but now he is. So his last fight, though, and his biggest victory against Adam Kozlowski was a knockout win. So anyway, guys, I got Wilder winning by knockout. If he's the same, it's probably going to be easy work. But yeah, you never know. There might be some cobwebs there. There might be some damage from the Fury fight that maybe that's it, right? He can never fully get to the top again. We'll find out, though. He's facing the Bronze Bomber is facing the Nordic Nightmare. And that will be October 15th on pay-per-view, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, guys, Triple J Boxing punching out, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.